Hello everybody, this is Big Kid Things coming to you with another box opening of the Japanese version of OP06 Wings of the Captain. For this video, I'm going to be talking about something else other than just the cards that I pull out from this box. Early on when I first started collecting One Piece cards, of course, we know there are two versions, the Japanese and the English versions. I didn't actually know where to start, whether to collect the Japanese ones or the English ones. There are some differences that I'd like to point out. That's the purpose of why this video is a little bit long than most of my videos. I want to touch on that topic, Japanese and English version. What are the differences? Some things to point out, some things to highlight. Of course, I don't know everything. This is just based on my experience and my limited research. So if anybody, feel free to call me out if I have any mistakes. If you find any mistakes, or if you know something that I don't, please do leave a comment. If I'm wrong, then that's good for me. That way I learn something, and hopefully somebody that watches this video and reads the comments below also learn something. So win-win scenario. Without further ado, let's open this baby. Oh, and before I forget, if you do enjoy this video, please do drop a like. You don't have to sub if you don't want to, but leaving a like on the video or clicking on that like button is a big help to the channel. Thanks. Alright, so when I first started collecting One Piece, I didn't actually know which version I was going to go with, whether I would be going with the English or the Japanese. So it's pretty similar. It's pretty similar to Pokemon. You have two versions of the card game, two languages rather, and right now there are a few differences. Walking in, I don't know which one to go with, so I thought I would SR, first SR. I thought I would talk about it while I'm pulling these cards or opening these cards, for the maybe to help out those who have yet to start their One Piece collecting journey. Just a little bit of information to give you guys some help. For those that are new, of course. For those that already know, well, just enjoy the cards, I guess. But so anyway, Japanese, English. So there are quite a few differences in terms of what you get in boxes. So let's start with the obvious, pricing, right? So generally, nowadays you can get a Japanese booster box in any OP set for around average of 60 to 70 US dollars, depending on where you buy them from. I can cite out some sources for you, but generally the average price you can get these boxes for is $60 to $70. Anything above $70, I would say it is a little bit on the pricier front. But anyway, so price wise, Japanese 60 to 70, English I would say at least 100, maybe, if you're lucky, $100, but most likely on average it's going to be, I would say, depending on the set, because on average it would be like 100, close to 150, maybe 120 to 150, somewhere around that range. But again, it depends on the set. So with the case of, say, OP01 or the first set, that to me, that ship has sailed. Those boxes, I think right now, are one booster box is going for around high 300s to 400s. I'm not even going to talk about the first wave boxes. Those are hitting $1,000. So the reason why generally even MSRP prices, English is a little bit more expensive than Japanese ones. The reason for that would be because simply enough, you just get a lot more cards on a booster box for English. So in a booster box for the Japanese, one pack, you can get around 6 cards, right? So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in an English pack, you get twice that. You get 2 times 6 is 12. You get 12 cards in a pack. So that's generally why MSRP prices are double or if not higher for English compared to Japanese. So with that being said, having more cards, of course, means more hits or more parallel cards, right? So Hody, no, that's young Arlong. So in case of a booster box where you might get for a Japanese booster box, you might get 1 parallel hit only. On English one, you could get 2. Most you'd get out of a Japanese booster box is 2 hits. On an English booster box, of course, it's double, you might get 3. I've never seen a 4-hit box on an English one, but 3. And so, that's basically it. You're paying around 60 to 70 for Japanese, 100 plus over on English. So because they're double the cards, hence double the prices. What am I talking about? Prices. That's generally it. However, if you're buying cases, now that gets we're talking about something else now when you're buying cases, because every case, whether it's Japanese or English, it's 12 booster boxes for each. So when it comes to cases, there are different ratios, what you get in a case, what you're guaranteed in a case becomes different. So in a Japanese booster box, you would get a Japanese case, you would get 4 SEC cards. In the case of OP06, you would get 4 Zoro or Sanji SEC cards. For a English one, double that, 8. On a Japanese case, you would get 1 SP card per box, per case. When in English, you get 2 SPs. So see, it's generally that double. So on a Japanese case, you would get 2 alternate art leader cards or 2 parallel leader cards. On an English case, you get 4. So I'm going to put them on the video, possibly here, and here, just so for reference. But just these are basic information. These are just basic information you can get from anybody that you can get anybody from YouTube. But if you happen to be watching mine, I thought I'd talk about that because it was really the number one thing I was looking for in terms of information when I first started my One Piece collecting journey. So just trying to help out whoever happens to watch this. Maybe it'll help you decide which ones to go for. Now when it comes to aftermarket prices, that's where it's a little bit different, so depending on where you are. If you're in Asia, then of course you might as well go with the collect Asian cards, just because it's the Japanese ones, just because it's easier to sell out there. If you're in the US or any country that uses the English, might as well go with the English if you want to sell them quick. Not that there aren't any buyers. I have been able to sell my Japanese cards here in the US without any problems, but aftermarket values are totally different. The English parallels and the English hits tend to go for a lot more than the Japanese ones currently, but that's generally because and so in different for those that don't know, in different parts of the world, if you're in Asia, you cannot use English cards to play in tournaments and regionals and all that. So the same thing goes for here in the West. I live in the US, so You can't, if you play the game, I don't play the game, so I don't have this problem, but if you play the game, you cannot use Japanese cards, even Japanese Dawn cards in any tournaments. It's just not allowed. So Wano Dawn. Alright, there you go. But yes, so that is a big factor to note if you are indeed, or if you are playing the game. In my case, I merely collect. I don't play. So the Japanese cards, the Japanese booster boxes are just a little bit affordable to me in my budget price range. So that's why I'd rather collect Japanese. Also, I feel like Japanese. This is just my opinion, but I feel like Japanese. The Japanese version is the original, and a lot of people have told me that Japanese cards, in terms of quality, their cards, they're a lot better than the English ones. I know that's true for Pokemon. I have not opened a lot of English cards to compare them myself, but I have had friends that have opened a lot of both versions tell me the same, tell me that the Japanese version quality is better. I can compare it to I can't compare my Japanese cards to the gift collection cards that I got or that I opened recently, but those are special set promo cards, so it'd be different than comparing them to like an actual booster box. Hopefully in the future I'll get a box for both English and a Japanese one, and maybe I can compare them. Put up a video and try to show you guys the quality of both. But let's talk about what everyone's chasing for, manga cards. So manga cards. I did a little bit of research and asking around my Discords and social channels and whatnot. So for manga cards in general, let's take OP05 for example, because we have we can compare the OP05 sets because we have both Japanese and English versions, right? So in a case, in a booster box or in a case, a manga card in the Japanese version, a manga card is considered an extra hit. So when I say extra hit, so you can find them you might find them in any booster box. So remember when I said a while ago that a certain box might just have one hit or two hits and that's it, right? But not the case for a manga card. So it's an extra hit. Essentially, you can get it randomly. If you've hit the max number of hits possible in a box, a manga card could still be hiding in there, if you're lucky. I have never been that lucky, but I have seen so many Japanese booster boxes going that way, watching a lot of people do it, and so I have confirmed it. Wish I could confirm it myself. I really do wish we could pull once. I just want one manga pull in my lifetime. I'll be good with that. But for the Japanese ones, it's an extra hit. For the English version, for the OP05 sets, I have asked one of my closest friends that he has opened a lot, and I also, have watched multiple streams, YouTube, wherever, at my Discord and stuff. It seems like a manga card is not an extra hit. So when I told you a while ago that the max number of hits for an English booster box might be just 3, that could very, very well be 2 hits in a manga, not an extra hit. So that's one thing to note for when it comes to the different versions of a box. Japanese extra, English possibly not. Alright, so we're just about to just about to finish up with these packs. We've only got about 4 packs left. I've already got 4 SRs, and that's not looking good because if it's 4 SRs, I know it's probably going to be an SEC hit. Right. Let's see. Okay, Tsuru, young Tsuru. Alright, so with the information that I've given you, this is just from my experience and from my own research. Everybody needs to do their own research. Ask your friends. Ask your card community, your local shops. For if you want more information about the difference between the two. This is just something I wanted to share with you guys. If you wanted to start collecting, and maybe if you were thinking about Japanese or English. Let's see. Oh, not an SEC. Huh, not an SEC after all, but Hody Jones. Not my favorite character, but I'll take it. Hody Jones, one of the more underwhelming villains in One Piece, in my personal opinion. Alright, so 3 packs left. Manga could still be an extra hit. You never know. Rare Onami. Here, last 2 packs left. Okay, let's see. Right. Ooh. Nope. Douglas Bullet from one of the films. I think this guy's from. I did a little bit of research. I asked one of my closest friends, Mr. Google. Douglas Bullet from One Piece Stampede movie. Well, just one last thing to say, especially with regards to manga cards, like for example, in terms of pricing, you have, I think, for the let's take the OP05 set. I can't really talk about the manga card in this set because we don't have the English version yet, but for the Japanese version, you take the Manga Luffy. I think for the English version, that's going around 1.8k USD, I believe. I have to double check on eBay last sold and on my Facebook groups and all of that, but I think the Japanese is selling for maybe 1.3 to 1.5, so a couple hundred off, but not that bad. And of course, again, no manga, but that's okay. This video is more for me to talk about some of the different things about Japanese and English, so anyway, thanks for watching. I will find something else to talk about next time. I think it's I'd love to talk about something else other than just the cards that I just pull off these packs, like maybe some sources. I could give you guys some tips on where to buy, when to buy, and all that. Not a market watch video, but just general tips for new beginners per se, or new collectors. All right, well, this is Big Kid Things, BKT for short. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one.